In this video, you'll uncover a science-based method in order to help improve the function of your lungs and respiratory system. There's never been a more important time to focus on improving your lung health and your respiratory system as we face crises like the coronavirus. The coronavirus has been shown to put severe distress on the lungs, which in some cases is leading to severe health consequences. So that's why in this video, we're going to talk about how to keep your lungs healthy during this time. It's something I've been preaching for quite a while now. It's something that is highly beneficial. So stick around to the end of this video. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join our notification community so that way I can help you excel your health and your life. Now let's go ahead and talk about what you can do here. Now, one of the things I've been basically telling people from the very beginning since I found out about this coronavirus is you need to focus on boosting your health naturally. You need to take action now. Do what you can do in order to improve your health. Now, one of the things I've recommended to people many times is something called N-acetyl cysteine. A lot of people ask me, well, what is this NAC? How can it help me? So that's why I want to break this down and talk about how NAC has been proven through the scientific research in order to drastically help improve lung function, which is very important during this time of the coronavirus pandemic. And so N-acetyl cysteine, let's kind of break down what this is, then we'll talk about why it's important. And then of course, we'll look at the research just to show you how it's been proven through science to work very well in many cases of lung disorders. And so NAC is an amino acid and it's a precursor to glutathione. Glutathione is going to be one of the #1 powerful antioxidants in the body, and it's very important to make sure that we have that boosted up in order to boost immune function, which we'll see more in just a moment. It significantly increases circulating glutathione in the body. The NAC does this because it is a precursor to glutathione. So many people have low glutathione levels in the body. That means they have a low antioxidant capacity in the body. They just aren't having a sufficient amount of this most powerful antioxidant in the body. You could imagine what that does to the immune system. And the one thing I love about N-acetylcysteine is it's very cost effective. Now, if you remember this slide, I actually went and did a presentation on the NAC about a year ago. And one of the things I had talked about then is how great it is, how much I love it, and how it helps decrease inflammation, how it combats oxidative stress, and how it improves lung function. So we're not going to focus on all the other benefits it has right here today, but we're really going to focus in on how it actually can improve lung function, because that's what we need to focus on when we look at the coronavirus and the lung distress that it's causing. So let's go ahead and talk about the coronavirus in the lungs, okay? Now, when you look at many of the deaths associated with the coronavirus, it's because of what it's doing to the respiratory system. So its attack on the respiratory system is what is causing a significant contributions to the deaths in people who are getting coronavirus. This is why it's a big deal to produce more ventilators right now. This is why this is such a problem. There's not enough ventilators. That's what we keep hearing. It's because it's attacking the respiratory system. When you hear people say SARS coronavirus, they're referring to SARS, which is severe acute respiratory syndrome, okay? And this is because it's having such a profound impact on the way that your lungs are functioning. And so it's contributing to that respiratory illness, and it's causing acute respiratory distress syndrome. So when you look at all the deaths, this is one of the things that they had, severe respiratory or acute respiratory distress syndrome. And what happens is that this storm of inflammation that hits the lungs from the coronavirus basically damages the walls and lining cells of the alveolus. Now, these alveolus are basically these air sacs, which basically take the oxygen that you're breathing in and allow you to actually circulate it through your body. So it's that system within the lungs that's taking oxygen, putting it into the red blood cells, circulating it throughout the body. Now, what happens when you get this storm of inflammation and this virus attacking the lungs is you develop a membrane on the alveolus. And as a result of that membrane that is there due to the damage, essentially you cannot transfer oxygen properly to the body. It causes hypoxia, shortness of breath, and it can even cause lasting lung damage. Okay, so we talked about how it can lead to death, but we also have to understand when you hear people saying that the coronavirus is causing, lung damage that is ongoing and long lasting. This is what they're referring to, this damage that it's doing to the whole respiratory system. So let's go ahead and talk about how we can combat this using something called NAC. NAC, N-acetylcysteine, helps reduce inflammation to the lung tissue by restoring glutathione levels, okay? Like I said from the very beginning, this coronavirus just sends a storm of inflammation to the lungs, but when we use the NAC, the precursor to the most powerful antioxidant in the body. It raises up glutathione. It also helps boost our immune system. And in turn, it reduces this inflammation. It also has been shown in the research, this is all taken straight from research, it's been shown to loosen the mucus and act as an expectorant. So, as you're developing all this mucus within the lungs, you get the person who's wheezing, you get the person who, they're having a hard time breathing, they're developing this mucus in the lung. The NAC helps not only break that up, loosen it up, it helps you get it out as well. It decreases coughing, wheezing, and respiratory attacks. Now, one of the things that really brought NAC to mind, it was last year when my son, who got the influenza, just had some severe respiratory problems from it. It turns out when he got the influenza this year, he also had severe respiratory problems from it. So one of the things that I looked into, because I'm always looking for natural ways to improve not only my health, but my family's health, is how NAC could help him. And so we use NAC in order to help improve his respiratory system, especially around the times when you're seeing these viruses just, go rampant and infect a lot of people. And so it can help with that. It also, and by the way, in my son's case, it worked very well. Now, the other thing it's going to help is prevent acute exacerbations of chronic bronchitis. Okay, so the inflammation of the airways within the body. It also has been known to improve respiratory tract conditions like cystic fibrosis, asthma, pulmonary fibrosis, and both nasal and sinus congestion, okay? So as we look at N-acetylcysteine, it has been proven time and time again in the research to have a profound impact on improving the respiratory system. Even when we look at smokers, I have so many patients who are smokers, and trust me, I wish I could get them to stop smoking, but some habits die really hard, as you know, if you know a smoker. I've been telling my patients, you have to be on NAC right now. It's so important, especially, if you've been smoking for many years, because, these smokers who typically will develop COPD at some point in their life, even the N-acetylcysteine has been shown to help reverse that whole problem in the body as well and drastically improve lung function in smokers. And so, in all cases, NAC works so well. Let's take a look at some more research. Now, it has been shown to have a significant increase in immune function boosting natural killer cells. Now, here's the thing is that, when we hear about the coronavirus or any sickness, a lot of times people are like, well, what kind of vaccine, what kind of this is available? One of the things we have to remember is that our body, our immune system is designed to be an antifungal, an antiviral, an antibacterial. It is designed to protect you. It is designed to fight these viruses. We have to focus on boosting our immune system. I've been saying this from day one, and this, of course, is why I've been recommending NAC to many of the people I've been working with, because it's shown in the research to have such a profound impact on the body. Now, it also is shown to inhibit the virus's ability to replicate, okay, which is a big deal. You're trying to shut that viral attack down in your body. You got to shut down that viral replication. Next, let's take a look at this study of 262 seniors. And what they did is they had them break up into two groups. There was a placebo group, and then there was also a group who was taking NAC. Now, the group that was taking NAC took 600 milligrams of NAC twice daily. And what they found in the group that was taking the NAC is that it eliminated flu symptoms in 75% of those who were exposed to the flu. Now, in the placebo group, 79% of those who were exposed to the flu actually had flu-like symptoms. And so you could see that in the NAC group, it was incredible because of all of the exposure that they had, 75% of the individuals in this group never even experienced any symptoms, where pretty much in the placebo group, most of them did, which is truly incredible. And those are really, really great results showing that NAC can really help, fight the flu, act as an antiviral, and really help boost the body's ability to fight this off naturally. And it also has been shown to protect the lungs by increasing pulmonary defense mechanisms through direct antioxidant property. Okay, so through direct antioxidant property, because NAC functions as an antioxidant, and indirectly increasing this glutathione, which is the most powerful antioxidant in the body. I'll put a link to the NAC that I use, and it also has some reading that you can do there. I'll put a link to some of the research down in the description as well. And so take this seriously. Ill-informed complacency will do no good when looking at a problem with a viral attack that is attacking the lungs. And especially if you know somebody who is already immunocompromised, who has a respiratory problem or a respiratory illness that is compromising their respiratory system. We want to make sure that these people know this information. So please share it with them and check out this video if you want to learn more about a powerful herbal antiviral. Every time we have this big viral epidemic or pandemic, one of the things that happens is Lomatium dissectum actually starts getting talked about again. It works well. It's been proven through history to work well. It's been proven through science and research to work well.